even though we sell majority clothing and shoes, you would think that we would have better luck on Poshmark. Hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kane, and we are
the FI Resellers. So in this video, we're going to go over our top 10 sales from the past week, some things that we're going to stop picking up, and we're going to talk about how our business is doing as Poshmark changes their algorithm.
So let's get started. Our first sale was this Patagonia puffer vest that we sold for $85.15 on eBay. Just nuts.
So this was a great sale. I listed it for $75. It sold full price, so $75 plus shipping. This was on Saturday, so our week that we cover goes from Friday through Thursday. And on Friday, we had our eBay store on vacation mode because we were out of town for the weekend. And on Saturday, we turned our store back on. And with the start of the new month, we had been ending listings on eBay and not relisting them because we were out of free listings and knew that we were going on vacation anyway. So we were thinking they're not going to sell in these next few days, so we should just start them in the next month. On that Saturday, we listed 25 new items plus I think like 150 old items, sell similar. So our store popped off that day. Like that day and Sunday, we sold so many things on eBay. So anyway, that might be something that you consider if you go on vacation. Just, end your listings and then have them all go live when you come back. And maybe that should, jumpstart some sales because it definitely did for us.
Yeah. So the other thing about this Patagonia vest is that we recently opened up this startup rescue box, and boy, did it have some really good stuff. We're actually publishing that video on Thursday, but this week we happen to have this puffer vest in these sales. You'll definitely want to watch that video. It had so many surprising good things. So be sure you're subscribed to watch that on April the 14th. If you're, watching this after April 14th, you should definitely go watch that too. Okay, so next we sold these lace-up boots by Ariat for $45 on Poshmark.
So this is one of our favorite brands to pick up. We love selling boots by Ariat. It always seems to do well for us. And we've sold these lace-up kind, I think, twice. But I can't remember if the other one was a pair of Justin boots. But anyway, in terms of lace-up leather boots, they seem to do pretty well. And you can look for them in more well-known, kind of leather boot brands. Just look up the comps, and usually they do really well. For us, we like selling leather boots. We like to, fix them up with our Doc Martens Wonder Balsam and, get them shiny and new looking, and then sell them, and they seem to make pretty good profit.
Yeah. Next, we sold this item that we had gotten for free from Kendra, the Michigan-inspired reseller. We're going to put that video up there about where we had gotten all of these great things for free, and one of them happened to be this from Kendra. It was this dress by Samuel Dong, and we sold it for $60.70 on eBay.
This was an awesome item. We had it listed originally for $100. When I looked up comps, it was kind of hard to find exactly what this dress would be worth. And so then when someone came in and offered me $50, I'd had it for a little while, so I accepted because, again, we got it for free. I love turning free into 50. That's great. That's like the best. That was a great sale, and we will definitely be on the lookout for this brand. We had never heard of it before Kendra sent it to us. So now we will be looking for it and picking it up more often.
Yeah. Next, we sold this blue beaded blazer by St. John for $108.65 on eBay.
And this sold surprisingly very quickly. So I had it listed originally at $125, and I'd been sending out offers for $99, and this sold really fast. I picked it up at the Family Thrift Center, and I was just so excited to pick this up. And it was in really good condition. Usually when I find St. John, there's like moth holes or something in there. But this was, flawless, and just really happy with this sale. So St. John is one of those brands that we like to pick up. It seems to do pretty well on eBay, especially the knit stuff. This was Santana knit, and St. John Evening is even like the next step up from regular St. John. So this was even nicer than like a regular St. John piece.
Yeah, not to be confused with St. John's Bay. Don't pick up St. John's Bay.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's different. We sold this Raincoat by Hurley for $65.40 on eBay.
This was really surprising. So we had gotten a 25-pound thread-up men's rescue box, and we didn't even do an unboxing on here because we had the 100-pound box, and we figured that was like too much thread up. Anyway, it was a terrible box. It was like, we just started opening it and we were thinking, how are we even going to make our money back on this? But anyway, when we looked up this Hurley coat, it turned out that that was going to be the way that we were going to make most of our money back because it was a good style that was going for a good amount online. I did price it up a little bit. Again, the box was bad and we wanted to make our money back. So I priced it up a little bit and sold full price. So
nice.
Really excited for that sale. It just goes to show you that even brands that you think aren't worth very much, like Hurley, most really shorts go for like 15, but like more substantial pieces can go for more.
We sold these loafers by Vionic, which is really interesting because we usually pick up sandals by Vionic, and these happen to have sold for $49.65 on eBay. Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, so these are in like new condition. They were so nice, and they also were a newer style, so they were still for sale, I believe, at like Nordstrom and places like that. So this was a more recent style. They were in really good condition, and they were just a really nice shoe. So they sold for a lot more than what we usually get for Vionic. Vionic sandals we usually sell for like $20 to $30 depending on the condition. So it was a really, really great sale.
We sold this really cool, beautiful, very colorful sweater by Ivco for $79.65 on eBay.
So this was a really surprising sale to me because when I picked this up, I had never heard of this brand before, but when I looked up comps, they seemed to be doing really well. But this was a shorter sweater than like all the comps I saw were like sweater coats, basically. And so those are going for like a ton of money, like 100, 200. And so I wasn't sure how much this one would be worth, but ours was the only one available, I think, on eBay. I had this listed for 75 and someone came in and offered 70. That is great. I love it when people offer like just a little bit off the asking price. I just think that's so funny. Personally, I also do that because I want to make sure that the person is, paying attention to their account, responding to offers. That makes me feel like they're going to ship my item more likely than not. So I kind of feel like a kinship with these people.
We sold this hunting vest by Drake for $45 on Facebook Marketplace.
So this was a really good sale. We picked it up from the bins, and this again is a new brand to us. We had never picked up this brand before. But when I see something that's camo and seems like it's in, good condition and it's kind of heavier, I usually will pick it up and look it up because hunting things can go for a lot. And especially kind of like utility items, people are willing to pay a little bit more for them because they need them for whatever sport they're doing. And so this was an example of that. I had it listed originally for 50. Someone had messaged us on Facebook and had said, would you do 40 plus shipping? And we negotiated to 45. Hopefully the buyer likes this item. They, gave us the, whole rundown of it's only $50 new on the website after they had ordered it. So we let them know, you can cancel our order. It doesn't matter. He said he was older. And sometimes I think older people on the internet are just like, they just want to make conversation. I don't know, in comparison to young people, they used to just like making conversation with strangers, whereas like younger people are less willing to do that. And so sometimes I try to think about that of like, this person is just probably trying to make conversation with me and I can't read the tone over text. Whereas like I always read like whatever, the most accusatory tone. But that might not actually be this person's tone.
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But he did not have the same vest. And it's just one of those things where it's like, well, go buy it somewhere else. If you can find it for new and for cheaper.
Right.
But whatever.
Right.
We sold these wedges by Ms. Moose for $44.65 on eBay.
So this is another brand that we just have recently discovered and started picking up. And it's one that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but they've got a ton of interest on all platforms. Like I felt like every other day I was sending out offers to watchers on eBay. It had something like 16 likes on Poshmark. It had a bunch of likes on Mercari. So this is definitely a brand that, certain styles are sought after. This was a newer style, one that they had just recently come out with. I had these listed for 50, but someone came in and offered 35. I had been sending out offers for 40 across the board, for a while to like, I don't know how many people, it felt like 100 people had gotten the $40 offer. So I figured 35 was close enough to 40 and I accepted. And so really happy with this sale. These were in really good condition as well. They were like basically new. So that's another thing to keep in mind with shoes. Shoes, I feel like new condition can go for a lot more than like used condition because people, are pickier with shoes, I think.
Yeah.
It's easier to kind of tell when it's been worn more often than like a shirt.
The other thing about these shoes is that you might think $50 down to $35 is quite a discount. But we are actually trying to move as many shoes as possible. We get so many shoes that at this point, it's kind of cumbersome to store all of these shoes in our house. And so the more that we can move, for having gotten them for $2, the better. It's like, get it out of here.
Yeah. We're not really that strict about accepting offers generally. Right now, we're trying to kind of downsize our store, get rid of old sale inventory. So in the midst of doing that, we're accepting kind of lower offers. We're hoping to kind of clear out some of the junk that we, have and, get rid of it so that we can, raise our sell-through rate and have, a store that's full of really good sought after items.
Yeah, and that means, just getting rid of old things too, but that mindset helps us try to move things. So the next one is a really fun one. We had recently done a bins haul and you saw that we had already sold this item, but let's cut to it. All right, so you see here that it's Johnny Was. We sold this for $110 plus shipping. So the buyer was all in $119.65. Just crazy. Look at this embroidery. Just amazing. So Johnny Was for having this incredible embroidery. We bought this at the bins, and so it was like next to nothing. It was like $2. So we're really happy with the sale. We're going to pack it up, and it's got priority mail, and so that means it's going to be insured for $100, which I don't think we're going to buy any extra insurance. We've got it nicely folded for the buyer here. And by the way, this is Cupra rayon 100%, and it's basically a vegan silk. So it's one of the things that Johnny Was is known for. So be on the lookout and definitely pick it up if it's, I guess, even less than $20, because you're probably looking at least, $60 on one of these tunics, right? All right, now you're thinking, wow, they find a lot of Johnny Was. Well, we go to the bins a lot, and Texas seems to have a saturation of them. Kind of like, if you went up to the north, you'd find a lot more Patagonia than we've ever found.
Right.
And so I think that's part of it. As far as Johnny Was goes and how many we find, we do go a lot to the bins. And so it's kind of that give and take of going often, finding it somewhat often.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people in Houston buy Johnny Was for the rodeo, and they wear it for the rodeo, and then, don't really have that many other places to wear it. And so I do think that there is just more Johnny Was in circulation in Houston because of how big the rodeo is and like the certain fashion within that and all of that. So that's definitely something to keep in mind that, if you're in, Boston or Denver, you might not find Johnny Was as often because people aren't wearing it as much,
And so I think there's something to be said about, just location-based saturation that you might find with different brands and all that is really something to consider because we've never found Arc'teryx and a lot of these other brands that other people in the north find, often. And we're like, man, we want to find those. But
But people aren't wearing like wool base layers.
Yeah.
In Houston, you don't need them.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't be too jealous of us about Johnny Was. It's really the only highlight that we have. We hope to find a bunch of other things that I'm sure you guys have sold. And it's like, what, you haven't found that yet? We have a lot of things on our BOLO bucket list.
Yeah.
Okay, so now a few duds that we probably won't be picking up a whole lot more of. We have to do a lot more comps on this and be more diligent about it. The first one is this 511 tactical button-up shirt that we only sold for $15.85 on eBay.
This is one that I thought would be really good. I thought it would sell really well, but we've had it for a really long time. We've had it since August. And so what I did this past week was I went through all of our listings. So anything that had been listed for more than 6 months, I put into a 50% off sale so that we could clear those things out because obviously those are, not selling at that price because they've been that price for 6 months and no one is buying them. So I did that with all of our items more than 6 months old. And then I got an offer on top of that for this item. And I accepted because, again, the point of the sale is to get rid of stale inventory. So I just thought to myself, okay, I just got to do it. And so I accepted the offer, but again, this is kind of part of our strategy to clear out sale inventory and kind of get our store to where we want it to be.
Otherwise, I feel like we've heard a lot of good things about 511 Tactical. I mean, it resells for pretty decent. It retails for quite a bit. I think maybe this particular item we just had a little bit of bad luck with, but otherwise, we've heard that other people have a lot of good luck with it. So,
and we have sold pants by 511 Tactical that sold really well. So I think sometimes it doesn't hit. You know,
it's probably just doesn't hit. A little oversaturated. We just need to be more diligent about that. So I don't think we're going to be picking up as much, but we definitely need to look up the comps better. Next was this blue polo shirt by Banana Republic that we sold for $13 on eBay.
This came from a ThredUp men's rescue box, and that's the thing about ThredUp boxes is that it's a mixture of some really good items, like we featured this week. We featured 2 that came from ThredUp, but it's also a lot of just kind of bread and butter basic items, you know, polo shirts, button-ups, you know, things that guys have to wear to work. Those are not worth very much because there's like a dime a dozen on eBay because obviously men have to wear these, you know, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So they have a lot of them and they're all basically the same. Like personally, I think they are essentially the same. So occasionally we will pick up higher quality items from Banana Republic, like coats or sweaters in nice, fabric content, things like that. But on a regular, basic level, most of the time we leave it behind.
Right.
Okay, so here are our numbers from the past week. We sold a total of 61 items for a gross revenue of $1,925.60. We had a cost of goods of $125.45. On eBay, we sold 39 items for $888.05. On Poshmark, we sold 13 items for $180.23.
Ooh.
On Facebook Marketplace, we sold 6 items for $77.65. On Mercari, we sold 3 items for $64.53. So in total, our net profit was $1,210.46. So a pretty good week, but you can see that eBay did most of the heavy lifting for us this week.
Yep.
So usually Poshmark makes a better showing than it did this week. We're usually closer to like $300 on Poshmark. So our Poshmark sales were definitely down. And what's funny about that is that we did not turn our Poshmark on vacation mode. We only turned eBay and I think Mercari, but we left Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace on because we had enough time. We were only gone for the weekend, so we had enough time that we could ship within, the stated allowed days.
And the reason why we did that is that we were much more concerned about eBay and Mercari punishing us with regard to the timing of shipping. But Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace, they've got a little more of a generous timing on that.
So even with having an extra day of sales on Poshmark, it still didn't do that great. We're honestly not that worried about it. It would be nice to make more money on Poshmark. We love making more money, but the thing is that we don't rely that much on Poshmark in terms of our business. So did a little bit of number crunching this week. And on eBay, in terms of the number of items sold, it's about 60% of the number of items sold on eBay. But it accounts for, just this week, about 73% of our profits.
Wow. Yeah, nearly 3/4 just on one platform.
Exactly. So it just goes to show you that you want to focus on, where you're making the money and where you're making the profit. For us, that's eBay. And even though we sell majority clothing and shoes, you would think that we would have better luck on Poshmark. But the thing is that we have just as good of luck on eBay, actually better luck. We make more per item on eBay than we do on Poshmark. And so if that is something that's holding you back because you're thinking that you sell just clothes and shoes and so you should stick to Poshmark, don't let that be a reason that you aren't cross-posting to other platforms, because people are looking for clothes everywhere. People are looking for shoes everywhere. And honestly, as a buyer, I feel like I have more luck finding the clothes and the shoes that I'm looking for when I search on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace or even on Mercari than I do on Poshmark. And so that's something that you should think about if you are feeling kind of the crunch from that algorithm, to think about diversifying your business in some sort of way. And if you are considering that, we would love to help you. We'd love to answer questions. And if you have any specific questions, leave them down in the comments, because we're going to answer some questions about eBay in an upcoming video. And if you're just looking to see what the listing process is like on eBay in terms of how it's different than Poshmark, I've made a video walking you through, how I list on eBay compared to how I list on Poshmark. So if you haven't checked that out, you can definitely check it out up here. And you can also leave your questions in the comments on that video as well.
Just in case you're actually serious about going from Poshmark to eBay, but you're really concerned about how to ship, think about it like this. The difference between the eBay fees and the Poshmark fees, that can be your education. And what I mean by that is, based on eBay's fees, we can round up to about 15%, and Poshmark's flat 20% fees, that's a difference of 5%. And if you're selling even $10,000 worth, then that's about $500, right? That means that selling on eBay can save you $500. And if that isn't worth your time and your effort, then I don't know how else to convince you. If you're selling $20,000, if you're selling $30,000, you're saving $1,000 or $1,500. And so think about it like that. That is your education. Quite frankly, we use a lot of the free shipping items from USPS on eBay, just like we do on Poshmark. It's really not that much different. So make sure you're thinking about that as well. It really is worth it. Now we're going to update you on the total stock market index experiment that we've been doing. And here's how it's going. Not great. It's actually gone down since last week even more, which is kind of concerning. But at the same time, we have been kind of looking at what's been going on in the economy. And so it really hasn't been all that great of news as far as stocks and whatnot go. But we're not going to get into it. This is not investing advice. But our outlook on it is that we continue to dollar cost average. This week we put $65 of our Mercari profits into it. And, as far as putting little bits in, I think that A lot of people can put in $20 or $30 each week, and up to 60, then that really doesn't hurt all that much. And so we want to try to keep this as relatable as possible so that you're encouraged by putting in little by little. And we've gotten up to 7,400 into this experiment to really show you that it's about this long-term mindset that you should probably have when it comes to your retirement, when it comes to a lot of these things. And it's about delayed gratification for us. We're trying to build this, set a foundation to build this so that we can have a good future. And hopefully you have a little bit of that when it comes to your business as well. So the short of it is that we're not worried about it. We continue to do this because we have a long-term mindset. And hopefully you have heard us say that enough times that you're convinced.
Okay, so we have one community BOLO this week, and it comes from Christy from Mom's Closet TX. She is a great friend of ours. We love following her on Instagram, so you will definitely have to check out her Instagram. And she sold this Hamilton Railway special pocket watch, and she sold it for $300.
Crazy.
That is crazy. And she said that she...
A pocket watch.
I know. I would never think to look at a pocket watch or at watches just in general. That's not something I have any knowledge in or anything like that. But she said that she found it in a box of trinkets that said $7 for everything in there.
Wow.
So that's great. That is such a great sale and such like an unexpected find in like a box of just like other things. That is an awesome sale and something that you should be on the lookout for. Something we were not on the lookout for, but now we will be. We'll be checking out all the watches in the bins and, seeing if there's something good. So thank you, Christy, for sending that to us. And if you have a community BOLO, we would love to see it. So tag us on Instagram, send us a DM, or send us an email. We would love to feature you in our next video. So thank you for watching this video. Consider subscribing if you aren't subscribed already, and especially if you like What Sold videos. We come out with one of these each Monday. And if you're interested in bin hauls or thread-up unboxings, we do a lot of those, and tips and tricks. Make sure that you're subscribed and leave a comment how your sales went this week. Are you being affected by the Poshmark algorithm, or do you not sell on Poshmark? Let us know down in the comments, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube that it's a good video and that it should show it to more people.
Yeah, keep that passion burning, y'all. We don't let the whole algorithm thing mess us up. Hopefully you're not letting it mess you up. And, I think that as long as you pivot and you keep a good mindset about, trying different things, you'll be just fine. We are rooting for you. We'll see you later.
Bye. Some things that we're going to stop picking up. Oh, sorry. You distracted me by looking at me. Okay, let me start over. Don't look at me, okay?
I always turn.
Okay, fine.
Next we saw this blue beaded blazer. Whoa. Next we saw this what? I had it the first time. This dress by Samuel Dong.
You had to say it like Samuel Dong.
Dong. Samuel Dong.